So, without further ado, the main event of this, Aine Kane, who's our President-elect, is going to paint us a picture of how she's going to move us forwards and lead us in the future. So I'll pass over to Aine.
Okay, thank you, Kevin. And firstly, I apologise. I had planned to be there in person, and unfortunately last week had to make a decision not to travel, just for some personal reasons. So I would say I would like to thank the TOPRA team, and particularly Kevin and Raluca, for having to try to organise that I could virtually call in today. And I'm hoping you're not seeing me on a huge screen. Hopefully it's just a tiny one that you can see me on. Very quickly, and I certainly don't want to keep anybody from the break, just a little bit about myself. So I've been working in regulatory CMC for about 17 years now. As Liz mentioned, I certainly did not do a degree in regulatory. My background is analytical, and that's where I started my career in industry, in analytical R&D. And then I moved into regulatory CMC, and I would say the best decision that I made in my career. Certainly challenging, but very interesting. And so I hope that even though I'm not there in person and able to meet many of you, that you're finding the symposium interesting and enjoyable, and will continue through until the end of tomorrow. So looking into 2023 then, what do we want to do? We've already heard about some diversity, equity and inclusion in Amman, and I know this was, a key topic for Liz as well as president in 2022. So we certainly want to keep moving forward with that. And we want to promote a culture that is diverse, that we do see equity, that we include people in, and certainly have that sense of belonging within TOPRA. Another key point for me is to put volunteers at the core of our mission. So we have a fantastic TOPRA team, but we know that the success of TOPRA would not be so good without all the volunteers who give of their time and put a lot of effort in, including this symposium. And so certainly I would like to look at how can we recognize volunteers, because they give so much that we also need to be giving back as well to them. We want to, of course, continue to drive forward the excellent support that TOPRA gives for the professions. And we want to deliver our Innovation Summit. So this is something, that we want to be routinely involved as TOPRA in the conversation about the regulatory impact of innovative technologies. So that's something that we want to progress, and we want to re-establish the summit in our TOPRA calendar. Obviously, COVID has had an impact in the past 2 years, and we hope, that we can start to get back to more normality than what we've had. We've certainly built a lot around our, digital efforts and our virtual learning platform. So we now want to develop new e-learning courses in order to benefit from our virtual learning platform. And Kevin, just mentioned there about, the combination of face-to-face, but also virtual learning. And we also want to develop our membership strategy. We will have lots of new generations of professionals coming along, and we want to ensure that we enhance what we can offer, that becomes relevant to new colleagues who are coming into our profession. Next slide, please. So then looking at our strategy and our direction, we certainly want to ensure that we've got greater connectivity of our members and our wider stakeholder networks. And, if we think about it again, we come from diverse backgrounds. So it would be great that we increase the connectivity that we are able to offer, that members can get together, that they can share their learnings, what challenges they have, etc. And we certainly do have some of that, but we need to, certainly improve and increase that benefit. We have other networks and organizations who have very similar values and visions to ourselves, and we want to be able to share our perspectives and indeed to offer complementary resources and also opportunities to be able to network for members, to have almost cross-pollination around that. And we've heard around, and we have a new board member coming in next year, about the success of our India network and also our Central and Eastern European one. And we want to expand our presence into other regions. So we've already heard about the Africa chapter, and certainly that's the type of chapters and groups that we want to continue to expand in other regions, because we are a global organization. Next slide, please. And I'm going to pass back to Kevin. I certainly hope that in the coming year that I will get to meet many of you. And again, I really am so sorry that I'm not there in person for this meeting.